Good morning and thanks for joining us, whether you're on air here on Fox West Texas or on Facebook Live. I'm Tim O'Brien. Snowing and sleeting throughout the night. No secret if you look outside. Meteorologist Tavian Whitehurst joining me now in studio with the latest. And Tavian, we talked about it. Not only is there ice and sleet, rain, snow, you name it, all happened over the last 12 hours. The temperature just continues to drop.
Exactly. We are going to be below freezing for the entirety of Thursday. And that just means all of the ice that we're getting, all the snow that we're getting is going to be sticking around. We're going to be seeing things on the ground for quite a while until we start to get those above average temperatures that are going to start to make everything melt. So we take a look at the radar here. Surprisingly, the storm has been moving its way east a bit faster than was originally expected. So you see down here these eastern counties from Eastland all the way down to Kimball are the ones seeing those highest snowfall. But I think we're going to head out to Simone Thomas and see how she's doing out there.
Good morning. It's still snowing here in Abilene. It's now 16 degrees. Now, about an hour ago, we saw sustained winds at 25 miles per hour. Now they're down to 15 miles per hour, and that decrease in wind speed has helped our wind chill values increase from -1 to now a whole 2 degrees. So it's very cold out here. Roads are still very slick, very icy, covered in a lot of snow. We are seeing more people hitting the roads as we progress throughout the morning, and if you do have to hit the roads today, this is your reminder to stay safe. But if you don't absolutely have to come outside, make sure you try to stay indoors where you can stay safe. But I'm going to toss things back over to Tim O'Brien over in the studio.
All right, thanks, Simone. Again, as Simone mentioned, if you don't have to leave your home, simply don't. TxDOT reporting roads impacted with snow and ice this morning. They have crews working to plow the roads, of course, and I-20 has been plowed, thankfully, but the driving lane is clear. Passing is patched and still snow packed, so certainly be careful. Take a couple extra minutes. Temperatures expected to remain below freezing. And of course, in fact, authorities saying I-20 in Sweetwater is at a standstill and was for 5 hours overnight. Quickly, take a look at some of the footage over an hour ago from Sweetwater Volunteer Fire Department showing traffic just not really moving. It has been bumper to bumper for much of the night into the early morning hours. Stay with us on Facebook Live. We'll wrap things up here on air on Facebook, or on Fox West Texas, excuse me, and we'll be back on air here in just a few moments. All right, if you're still with us here on Facebook Live, thank you, of course. Good morning. I want to go ahead and take a look at some of the streets in downtown San Angelo, what it looked like this morning. This is from our own Sandy Rojas. If you could believe it, that is a street that you can't see any signs of the markings or the road. It's just not a good time to be driving right now, as Tavian and Simone have mentioned. I want to go ahead also and take a look at some of the school closures now this morning. You're all wondering whether or not school is open, whether or not there will be delays. We do have a short list here. Abilene Independent School District, Abilene Christian University and Angelo State, City of San Angelo offices, Concho Valley Transit, and even San Angelo Independent School District. They are all closed today, Thursday, February 3rd. For a full list, you can get it on our site at foxwtx.com. I want to go ahead and bring Tavian Whitehurst back in. And Tavian, we mentioned it last night. I had said to educate us. You can see that fine line just kept pushing more south and south and south, whether temperatures were dropping, whether or not there was pressure dropping. You educate us. Tell us and rehash what we talked about last night.
Well, the difference that we're getting between that complete snow and the different types of that wintry mix is going to be whether there's a warm pocket or if there's any kind of warmth there in that layer between the cloud and the ground. So when we have snow, we've got below freezing temperatures from the cloud all the way down to the surface, and that's what's going to be taking over the rest of that wintry mix. Around that wintry mix, they still have those couple of pieces of warm pockets that's making it fall down as more so in ice or more of a mix than just that straight up snow. You see, looking at the whole state of Texas, we've got all three types of precip as we're making our way across, but we here in West Texas are starting to get rid of some of it. You see, we still got that snow here in the eastern counties, even a little bit of wintry mix that's starting to lead the south. There are still flurries going throughout the entire area, but the heaviest snow right now is in these eastern counties from Eastland all the way down to Kimball County. Now, right now, of course, you saw Simone out there. It is cold. We got overcast skies right now. Temperatures in the teens, but those wind chill values getting extremely cold. Looking like -1, but Simone said it went up to about 2 degrees, still about 4 here in San Angelo. And of course, we still have that alert for that winter storm warning still going until 6 p.m. today. We could still have 1 to 5 inches of snow. There's still some things falling, so totals are not quite out yet. We've got that heavy wintry mix that fell and is now frozen on the ground. And because of that, we'll have those icy travel conditions like you saw on I-20 and many roads, even here in town. You know, like Tim said, they're completely covered. You can barely see the lines. All you can see are maybe those reflectors. So morning time commute right now is going to be dangerous. It's going to be frozen. There is snow and ice everywhere. And even if you try to stop, you still are going to slide a little bit. And those conditions are going to be continuing as we get into the evening time. It's only going to get darker. Things are only going to get more frozen and more solid. But as we're looking into these next couple of hours, the storm's going to continue to make its way to the east. There's still some little bits of snow that are shown we might still see in the big country. But you see, by the time we get to tonight, we're going to be clear. The clouds are going to start to open up a little bit, and we'll actually even see the sun as we get into the rest of the weekend. So, of course, with that wind chill, that means that we're having these strong winds, wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And they are going to be continuing to be pretty cold. But that's all from me, of course. As everything, as radar continues, I'll be keeping you guys updated, and we'll be right here back with these cut-ins.